why I'm running down the streets of New York at night in the pouring rain with a mob of angry girls chasing me? I'll tell you when I catch my breath. I turned a corner and ran down an alley, only to find a dead end. I looked around frantically and burst through a tiny door that led into a dingy cafe, which was empty, except for a boy sweeping the floor. Quick, I need you to hide me. He just stared at me silently. Sometime today would be nice, buddy. What's the magic word? I don't know. Hurry up. That's not one word. Jesus Christ. Wrong again. Please is the magic word. No, it's abracadabra. Okay, I'm guessing you're not from the mafia. You want to look at the menu? I wouldn't order the salmon. It's been smelling weird for weeks. Just hide me, now! The boy shoved me into a tiny broom closet just before the girls chasing me burst in. Did Lana Moon come in here? No one's been in here for 3 days. No, wait, yesterday, a big ugly guy came in and cut his toenails here and left without ordering anything. Does that sound like Lana Moon? You're crazy. Let's go, girls! When I heard the door slam shut, I came out. You really don't know who I am? I figured out your name was Lana Moon. Duh. But no. Who are you? Hi, everyone. I'm Lana Moon, global sensation and chart-topping singer. But of course, you all knew that. I don't know what rock this weirdo's been living under. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. My life wasn't always like this. In fact, growing up, I was a nobody with nothing much. My dad was a math teacher in a public school, and my mom was a maid. She was French and had come to America for a better life, but it hadn't turned out like she'd imagined. Pay attention, Lana. You have to learn fractions. Yes, Lana. It's very useful to know that half your father's miserable salary goes to rent, and 1/3 goes to bills. How much is left for buying us something nice? Do the math and feel disappointed. Algebra is important. This equation can help you calculate the gradient of the slope. Yes, Lana. Let's calculate the slope of your life going downhill. And it's a steep slope, baby. Clearly, my parents didn't get along. And even though I loved Dad, I was with Mom on how useless math was. I was actually obsessed with singing. But my parents were either too busy with their jobs or too busy arguing to notice. One day they were fighting when I put my headphones on in my room and started singing a ballad. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. As I belted out the high note, I saw my parents in the doorway, their mouths hanging open. That was you singing? It was you? No, Celine Dion's hiding under my bed. Oh my God, Celine is here? Dad, of course it was me. You don't get sarcasm, do you? Oh, my baby, you have a gift. You're going to be a singer, a superstar. We'll talk about this after she finishes high school and college. Do you know how many singers fail? I'll run the numbers on the probability of success. Wait, how you say in America? Ah, yes. Shut up, man. Mom took on extra cleaning jobs to pay for a professional vocal coach, and soon she was signing me up for talent shows, open mic nights at cafes, and singing competitions. And then everything changed in the 12th grade when I won a big national competition. I received a huge cash prize, signed up with a talent manager, Chaz, and got a record deal in New York. You're ruining her childhood. How can you make her drop out of high school? She's almost 18. And what good has education done you, huh? I don't support this decision, and I won't be going with you two. Some people are meant to live small lives forever, and you are one of them. But it won't be me or my daughter. I was really sad that Dad didn't support me, and our family was breaking up. But I just couldn't let this opportunity slip away. Before I knew it, I was on a crazy roller coaster ride. I was recording songs, singing on TV shows, giving radio interviews, and when my album was released, it topped the music charts and launched my career into the stratosphere overnight. Soon I was touring and singing to sold-out stadiums. Every time I stepped on stage and the crowd roared my name, I had to pinch myself. This was real. I was a star. But it turns out, a roller coaster isn't all that fun if you can't get off. 2 years later, I was getting tired and wanted a break. We've got concerts lined up for the next 3 months. We have TV appearances, brand endorsements. A small break. It's not possible right now. You're on top of the world, Lana, and we have to make sure you stay there. But one night, as I performed for a huge crowd, I found myself singing off-key, and I forgot my lyrics. Then, during my final number, this huge spotlight turned towards me, and suddenly, I couldn't stop blinking. I stumbled backwards in confusion and crashed into a bunch of dancers who crashed into the band. Chaz ran on stage with my bodyguards and whisked me off to a hospital. After a thorough examination, the doctor told us that my excessive blinking was triggered by exhaustion and stress, and I needed rest. Chaz had to cancel my commitments, and I went off to Hawaii for 3 months. One day, as I was sunbathing by the pool with Mom, Chaz came running. Have you seen the music charts lately? You're almost at the bottom. Relax. Have a pina colada. People love me. This is showbiz, Lana. You go from hero to zero in seconds. There's a talented new girl in town, and everyone's talking about how she's gonna be the next big thing. He wasn't kidding. The girl was some exotic foreign beauty who wrote her own lyrics and played 5 different instruments, and America was obsessed. I still had my fans, but my popularity was definitely taking a hit. What do you mean you found another face for your makeup brand? You're Lana Moon's backup singer. Ever heard of a thing called loyalty? Okay then, jump off a cliff. I returned to my work and started recording again. One day after my session, Chaz dragged me off to my dressing room, and I flipped out when I saw who was inside. I'm guessing I don't need to introduce myself. Oh my God, you're Xander, the lead singer for the hottest boy band in the world. Come on, I have a poster of you in my bedroom. And now you're here in the flesh? No, scratch that. It's my mother who has a poster of you in her bedroom. No, wait, that's sounds way worse. It's okay. I have a poster of me too. I've heard your songs, Lana. You're very talented. Who? Me? Yes, you. Also, I was wondering if you'd go to dinner with me tomorrow night. She'll be there. I can speak for myself, Chaz. Yeah, I'll be there. The next day, Xander whisked me off in his limo to a super exclusive restaurant. And sure, I was impressed with the food and Xander's dimples, but we also had a lot in common. This life can be so lonely. It's hard for regular people to understand. It does get overwhelming sometimes, but we're also really lucky. I love your positivity. You look beautiful, by the way. Xander took my hand, and butterflies fluttered in my stomach. The next week, Xander sent his private jet to take me to a beautiful island town. We spent all weekend on the beach talking and laughing. The night before I left, we had our first kiss under the stars. Then he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I was so caught up in the moment, I just said yes. Soon, Xander and I moved in together, and we became the new it couple. We were on magazine covers, we were doing interviews together, and the paparazzi were obsessed with us. My album sales were through the roof again, and Xander and I released a duet that the public went wild for. Life was perfect, but soon, a new side of Xander started to show itself. Are you seriously wearing that to the gala? This is Chanel from last year's collection. Looks like someone gave you those clothes as charity. Please go change. It's not a good look for me. I thought Xander was being rude and superficial, but I changed anyway to avoid an argument. But he only got worse. He became more and more controlling, telling me what to wear, when to smile, how much to eat, who to talk to. Why do you talk to that woman on the phone so much? Because she's my mom? How come you don't talk to your family? I ditched all those bottom feeders years ago. All anyone wants from me is money. I honestly felt a little bad for him, but I hated his attitude with me. I felt suffocated, and like I wasn't my own person anymore. Soon we had an interview on a popular late-night show, and Xander was unbearable. He kept undermining my opinions and interrupting me, or just talked non-stop about himself. As we walked out of the studio, Xander took my hand, but I shook it off. What are you doing? You know the paparazzi is always watching, so smile. Don't tell me what to do, and I'm not going home with you. We're done, Xander. Excuse me? Do you understand what it means to be my girlfriend? There are girls far prettier and more talented than you who are dying to be with me. Jeez, I hate it when your eyes start doing this blinking thing. You look so stupid. Make it stop. I'm having a serious conversation here. No, Xander. This conversation is done, and so are we. As I turned away, he tried to stop me, but I pushed him hard. The paparazzi went crazy around us, and I jumped into a cab and fled the scene. I checked into a hotel that night, and as I sank into the bed, I felt relief wash over me. I was free. But the next morning, I woke up to 100 angry voicemails from Chaz. When I turned on the TV, I saw the video of me pushing Xander being played on every news channel, and he was crying. Lana was only with me because of my fame. Her manager set us up because her career was tanking. I really fell in love with her, though. I did everything she said, bought her everything she asked for. But after the interview last night, she told me she was seeing someone else. Lana Moon is a cheater, a liar, and a gold digger. That jerk! I checked Twitter and TikTok and found thousands of comments calling for a boycott of my album and tour. I moved back to my own place and released an official statement saying Xander was lying and just couldn't accept the relationship was over. My fans were supportive, but his fangirls were insane. They were camping outside my house, chanting protests and egging my windows. After a week of this nonsense, I slipped out one night, climbing over the back wall. But as I was sipping my favorite latte at a cafe, some of those girls spotted me. It's her. I can't believe you treated Xander that way. You need to apologize to that precious angel. That's when they started chasing me, and I ended up with the crazy boy in the weird cafe. His name was Kenny, and he offered me a dry sweatshirt and a cup of tea. As I told him my story, he was fascinated, especially when he saw Xander's picture. Whoa, you were dating this guy? I don't think I've ever seen someone so proportionate. And those cheekbones, you could grate cheese off of them. Sorry, went off on a tangent. We hate this guy. He's a toxic piece of garbage. Thank you. How come you don't know about all this? I don't have any social media accounts. I'm a theoretical physicist in an advanced level university program, so between that and my multiple jobs, I don't have much time for stupid gossip. Not that your life is stupid. This was really interesting, and it's nice to meet a pop star. It's been nice to meet someone so ordinary. Wait, that came out wrong. No, I'm pretty ordinary, and I'm okay with that. Is it okay if I come hang out here sometimes? I'm always alone here. I could use the company. The noise created by Xander's fans started dying out, and I returned to work. But in the evenings, I started slipping out frequently to the cafe. And even though we were poles apart, I found Kenny the easiest person to talk to. He listened attentively and always gave the best advice. He was smart and funny and even cute, but clearly unaware of it. And he really seemed to love my songs. After I finished the new album, I decided to take a weekend break on an exclusive island resort where no paparazzi would be around. And I invited Kenny. Kenny was loving the resort, but he just wouldn't come into the pool. I could show you some disturbing statistics about how much pool water is actually just pee. There's no one here, and I'm not peeing. There's a lot of life-threatening bacteria in that water that can travel up your nose. You don't know how to swim, do you? Yeah, you caught me. I'm a loser. I'll teach you. I'm an expert. No thanks. Come on, just jump into the pool. I'll catch you. You jump into the pool. I'm already in the pool. Jump at me. You jump at me. I literally had to drag him in and force him to learn. When I thought he was ready, I pushed him towards the deep end. Kenny started flapping around like a crazy duck. but he was actually afloat. Oh my god, I'm swimming. You're doing so well, keep going. Soon he was swimming around like a clumsy mermaid, and then he circled back to me laughing. Wow, this feels amazing. Thank you, thank you. And then suddenly, he kissed me, and I kissed him back. We broke apart and stared at each other, but just then, Xander turned up at the pool. What are you doing here? Are you stalking me? Maybe. Is that a crime? Yeah. When I found out you were coming here with a +1, I had to see for myself. You were cheating on me all along, just as I'd suspected. Why else would you break up with me? Because you've been acting like a jerk for months. So you decided to cheat on me? With skinny, pasty nobody? Hey, that's rude. What do you want, Xander? Just some pictures to prove my claim. I got one of you two kissing. That'll work. You're invading my privacy. I want you to delete it. Sure, after I posted it. What's happening to your eyes, Lana? Is that the first time you're seeing Miss Blinks a lot? Listen, dude, if you don't stop bothering Lana right now, I will punch your face. It won't hurt that much because I'm not that strong, but it'll still be embarrassing for someone like you to get punched by a pasty physicist. Give it your best shot, chicken legs. No one is doing anything. As I stepped forward to stop him, I suddenly slipped on some water and hit my head, and then I blacked out. When I finally came around, I was in a hospital with Chaz and Mom beside me. Oh, my baby, you're awake. Where am I? You were taken to a hospital on the island, but we had you transferred to the city. You've been unconscious for 3 days. We kept the news quiet, though. How are you feeling? I think I'm okay. Then take a look at this. Chaz shoved a phone in my face, and the picture of me kissing Kenny was everywhere. Xander was claiming it was taken by a private investigator while he and I were still together. This isn't true. And that maniac posted this when I could have been in a coma? Who is this boy you're kissing? I'm entitled to some privacy. No, you're not. You're a public figure, Lana, and I'm your manager. I need to know everything about this boy before I decide how to handle this story. He's a nobody, okay? Just an ordinary guy I randomly met. A distraction. I only invited him to the resort because I didn't want to be alone. Don't drag him into all this drama. He's no one important. Of course I lied to get Chaz off my back. Kenny meant a lot to me, and I wanted to talk to him about us before I made anything public. I texted Kenny, but he didn't reply. Soon after I was released from the hospital, I went to the cafe, and sure enough, he was there. Hey, why haven't you replied? You didn't want to know how I was doing? I knew you were fine. Okay then. Kenny, we need to talk. Yeah, and I'll go first. Lana, I don't think you should come around here or keep in touch with me. Oh, so you don't want to see me anymore? Yeah, cause I'm just an ordinary guy you randomly met and hung out with. So you wouldn't be alone, right? I came to see you at the hospital and I heard you and Chaz talking. Listen, it's fine. I am ordinary, and I have a lot on my plate. I don't want to be in the public eye, and I don't need distractions. You and I belong to 2 different worlds, and they're never gonna intersect. So let's just back off before anyone gets hurt, okay? If that's what you want, okay. I felt kinda heartbroken, but maybe it was for the best. He didn't want this life, and perhaps it was better for me to not be in a relationship right now. But on the bright side, karma hit Xander soon. He started dating the exotic foreign singer who recorded him acting crazy jealous and screaming at her, and she made it public. Xander got dropped by his label, and the same fans who'd hated me brought out their pitchforks for him instead. I got a lot of support, and my new album did amazingly well. But my success felt hollow, and I called Dad one day. Maybe you were right all along, and I should have never become a singer. I never said that, Lana. You're very talented, and I never expected you to become a mathematician. I just wanted you to have a balanced life. You should have fought harder to stick around, Dad. I could have used your wisdom. I didn't think you'd listen then, but I am sorry. Do you think I should take a break and finish high school? I think that sounds great, honey. The next day, I publicly announced my career break. Mom didn't protest much because apparently she was getting married to a rich music producer and relocating to France. Chaz went berserk, but I fired him. I was done being pushed around, and I would get back to music when I felt ready. After my high school graduation, I was celebrating with my friends at a cafe that was having an open mic night. I couldn't resist getting up on stage and singing, and it felt great. Just then, I spotted a familiar face smiling at me, and I walked over. Kenny, it's been a while. How are you? Pretty great, actually. I finished the program with flying colors. Of course you did. It's lame in comparison, but I just finished high school. I know. I made a social media account just to follow you. Kenny, all those things I said to Chaz, I didn't mean them. You weren't a distraction or a rebound, and you're not at all ordinary. Not to me. Anyway, I'll see you around. Are you free for dinner? I know this shady cafe that's great if you want to get food poisoning. And good tea. We could talk more? Sounds good to me. It was almost midnight as my cousin Anastasia and I dragged a huge box across the park behind our house. Shh! You're making too much noise. Someone will spot us. This is so heavy, and I'm trying to hold in a fart. Look, why don't we just tell the truth? The truth is no good. The truth sets you free. No, lying is better, you moron. I thought I was supposed to be the pretty one, and you were the smart one. Now hand me the shovel. Anastasia and I dug a hole, took one last look inside the box, and then threw it in. Sorry it had to end this way, buddy. Then we turned around and saw Aunt Lisa standing behind us. We'd been caught red-handed. Hold up. Did you guys actually think we killed somebody and buried a body? We're just kids, jeez. Here we've just buried a $1,200 doll belonging to Aunt, and now she's found out her precious baby is eating dust. Aunt screamed, cried, and vowed to punish us both. I wasn't too worried. What more could she do to me anyway? Hey guys, I'm Victory from LA. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. My mom named me Joy at birth, but when I was 5, my parents got divorced and Dad won full custody. He changed my name to Victory because he won and all. Life with Dad was perfect. He ran a successful business, and we lived in a super-sized mansion. I loved singing, so when I turned 10, Dad got me into professional classes. By 13, I was winning every major talent show in town. But soon after my 18th birthday, everything changed. Dad was accused of selling company secrets to a rival firm. After his case went to trial, all our accounts were sealed. Dad decided to send me to his sister in New York. I don't want to leave. I can get a job and help you out. No, honey. You'll stay with Lisa till the trial is over. It'll be great, trust me. She even has a daughter your age. And just like that, I was on a plane to New York. Aunt had her own fashion line and lived in a huge mansion. I was waiting for her in the lobby when suddenly a girl rollerbladed her way into a huge statue. Oh my god, are you okay? Yeah, this isn't my first time. You're my cousin, right? I didn't know you had an identical twin. Why, hello, my cousin's sister. Who are you talking to? Are you sure you're okay? Just then, a glamorous-looking woman I knew as Aunt Lisa from photos walked in. Don't worry, she's okay. The doctors say she has an unusually small brain. You'll get used to it. You must be Victory. Welcome to our humble abode. I welcome you to our abode, which is the humblest. You must be tired. Why don't we eat something? Tired you must be. Why don't something be eaten? Stop repeating what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm welcoming my cousin. So excited to have you here, Hickory. It's Victory. Yeah, what did I say? Hickory! Yeah, I get it. Your name's Hickory? It sounds the same in a normal tone, too. I'm not deaf. The rest of dinner was just as crazy. Anastasia kept dropping her food everywhere, drank soup straight from the bowl, then chased the waiter with a fork because her soufflé was deflated. After we were done, Aunt showed me to my room, which was smaller than the closet I had back in LA. I know it's not what you're used to, honey, but all the other rooms are pest-infested. Yeah, it's bad. You can share my room, but I have this really weird butt allergy, so I might ask you to scratch me at night. I could do it myself too, but there's something amazing when someone scratches it for you. You know what I mean? This room is just fine. And thank you for being so accommodating. Don't thank me just yet. You'll have to earn your stay here. Good night. I wasn't sure what she meant by that. But the next day, it became clear. Aunt said she was really short-staffed, so I had to help with chores. I was stuck making tea, cooking breakfast, doing the laundry, and cleaning her weird collectible dolls. She had a whole room for them, far bigger than the rat hole I was staying in. Not a speck of dust on my babies. These are very expensive. She won't hurt you, my darling. Oh, no, she won't. After that 3-hour exercise, I was sent off to get groceries. But just as I was checking out at the supermarket counter, I lost control of my cart and it rolled straight into a guy standing ahead of me. I'm so sorry. It's like this cart has a mind of its own. Then I'm lucky it thought of crashing into me. Get it? It was a pun. That's how you talk to every girl you meet? Nope. Only the ones who crash their shopping carts into me. I'm Trip. Trip helped me with the groceries and asked me out for coffee. We got talking and exchanged numbers. Later, Trip offered to drop me home. But when he saw where I lived, his mouth fell open. You're staying with Anastasia? Good luck. I was their neighbor and she had the biggest crush on me. She walked up to my doorstep one day in a wedding gown, saying I had to marry her. We were 10. She kept stalking me till we finally moved a few years back. She'll drive you crazy. And sure enough, the entire next week, Aunt was busy with her work, and Anastasia made my life hell. She'd recently started a vlog on YouTube and kept asking me to try the weirdest things. Jump off this wall and tell me how high it is. Try these snail skin cookies. The last ones I ate tasted like feet. One night when my aunt was away, Anastasia dragged me into Aunt's doll room, saying she was sure they came alive at night, and we had to film it. Okay, I'm leaving, cause you're insane. If I had a penny for every time I heard someone say that, I'd be a pannillionaire. Don't be a scaredy cat, I'll protect you. Just then, a spider landed on Anastasia's head, and she screamed, tripped, and hit a shelf, knocking over a doll. Yeah, that same one we were burying in the start. Anyway, right after we were caught, Anastasia tripped again and hurt her ankle. She got no punishment, while Aunt made me her personal maid. Help me to the bathroom. Fluff my pillows too. Pass my phone, my earplugs, and my eye mask. I need tea, but not too hot and not too cold. And close the door. Wait, keep it open. No, close it. No! Shut up before I superglue your mouth, you brat! Trip was right about you. You're crazy. Trip? Where did you meet him? Whatever you do not talk to Trip. He's awful. Oh, and you aren't? You don't even say please before throwing orders in my face. Please help me up. Please fluff my pillow. Please close the door. It's a simple word. Fine. Please stay away from Trip. No! I slammed the door and walked away. I really needed to get out of this house, so I called up Trip. We hung out at this cute hot dog place, and I found myself opening up to him about my dad and why I'd landed in New York with my awful aunt and cousin. That sounds tough. My parents can be strict too, but they're nothing like your aunt. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here. Trip smiled at me before gently squeezing my hand, and my heart leapt right out of my chest. After that day, Trip became my confidant. He was nice, cute, a great listener, and when he asked me out, I said yes.